Hi, lovely to have you here. Welcome to the Electro Revolution channel. My name is Michael and I'm a car and tech enthusiast. In this series, we're going through the review of the Tesla Model Y Launch Edition, which was released in May of 2025, but the orders happened in January and February of 2025. Now, I hope you've watched episode 1 and 2 because episode 3 is a continuation of those episodes. Now, what we'll be covering in this episode is quite a lot. So I've written it down and let's just go through it quickly. The opening of the doors, the frameless acoustic glass. We're going to discuss the reduced noise within the cabin. Now this is important, which the acoustic glass contributes to. We'll be discussing the Tesla Model Y panoramic roof. We'll take a look at the inside door frame and the LED door light. We'll take a look at the interior ambient lighting and the interior charging pads. And we'll also look at the indicator stalk, the air conditioning controls. We'll be reviewing the 15.4 inch console and some of its features. We'll also be reviewing the 8-inch rear screen, which is for the backseat passengers. And we'll be discussing the ambient lighting within the car. So I hope you enjoyed this episode.
All right, so let's have a look on the inside. But before that, you notice that's not what it comes with. I just stuck that on because I just want to protect that.
Carbon fiber sticker. Carbon fiber look.
Yeah, fiber carbon look. It's just to protect it because this is the point that where you're going to be using a lot. So normally, like normal cars, you're going to scratch it and so forth. I just want to make it last as long as I can. But anyway, to open the door, if you don't know, it's just a push. You can do it this way. Or as my buddy has just told me, you can do it also this way and just pull that over.
And one of the benefits of actually doing it this way is, we're married and our wives wear rings.
Yeah.
So one of the benefits of actually doing it this way is you won't have to have a protective coating on the outside here.
Correct.
Where
so
the rings would actually scratch the body of the vehicle.
Cars, yeah. Scratch your car, sorry, not scratch your ring.
Now you've had ceramic protection on this, yeah?
I did, yeah. So I have ceramic coating on this.
Can we talk about the acoustic glass?
This is frameless, so it's very nice touch.
Yeah, we can see here the acoustic glass has multiple levels. And what's it mean by acoustic glass? Now this is to me, it's a fantastic feature of EVs. EVs are already quiet. The tyres themselves, I don't know specifically about the percentages of the Michelins, but when I look at Hankook and other tyre brands, the EV specific tyres have certain features. I won't go into detail about it, but one of the features is reduced noise. Now you get noise from the road to the tyre and from the tyre into the cabin. So there's two areas of noise, but the area of the tyre into the cabin is reduced by 29% for EV specific tyres. So I'm sure this matters to EV drivers, and I know it matters to me. So in terms of acoustic glass, this is something I know BYD doesn't have, right? This actually reduces the outside noise of traffic and cars and things like that into the cabin. So it's much quieter in the cabin than other cars. And this is a major update. And I think in the Model 3, the 2025 Model 3 has a very similar design, but they've actually improved on this to actually make cabin noise much more reduced than the older Model Y.
All right. And also and that goes into us having a look at the roof as well. So the roof is also new. Mick, you want to run through that?
Yep.
It's a beautiful roof.
So what I do know that Tesla have done with this particular roof is they have a very, very thin actual silver lining between the glass, from the outer glass to the inner glass. And what that silver does is reflect the sunlight and the heat. So actually the panoramic roof actually reduces a lot of the heat that's normally enters the cabin and needs to be cooled down by air conditioning. So in other words, the cooler the cabin, the less air conditioning you use, the more battery you save and the longer range you can drive in the vehicle. All of this matters for cabin comfort. Now in Australia, we've got one of the hottest suns, right? In the world. We get a lot of sun here in Australia. So this protection over the sunroof actually matters, and it matters a lot. And a lot of vehicle manufacturers that release cars in Australia have to take that into account. So I know with BYD, they give you sunshades also in addition to that. And that comes with different models. But in terms of Tesla, this reduces the cabin temperature and makes people a lot more comfortable within the cabin.
And even with the Tesla, you can buy a sunshade to put on this, which is not
from Tesla or aftermarket?
From Tesla and aftermarket, both. Tesla do have it on their website, so you can purchase that.
Okay, let's go through the front first, and then we can look at the rear.
So we're going to take a look at the inside now. Again, you've already seen a lot of these, but I just want to point out a few things. The launch has this nice launch, I guess it's not even a sticker, but some kind of branding there.
And that's really good when you're stepping into a car with dirty feet. What I do notice, especially when you've got kids, is these things get dirty very, very quickly.
They do, yeah. I normally cover that up with a piece of decal or something like that, which is exactly what Michael's saying. It gets dirty quite a bit, and even that part there.
Yeah.
But I've left it at this point. There is an LED light at the back here. You can see it. At night time, you'll see it more. It's just a branding of that launch edition. So that's really good. You do get this interior light, which is awesome.
Ambient lighting, yeah.
Ambient lighting, yes. I leave it on. You can set it just to come up at night time only, but I like it. So it actually adds the whole ambient look.
And I know with the Model Y, there were different fabrics that were used here that you don't get with the 2025 Model Y. With
so the launch edition, you get this nice, I've forgotten what this is called.
Good.
So kind of suede feel about it. There is a word for it, but I've forgotten what it is. It's very nice soft, it's a very nice feel. As I turn on and there's a bit of sun here, the air, because I've set it to 20 degrees, the car has started cooling it down, and it's just automatic. Everything is set to your profile, so as soon as you enter, it knows who it is, which is great. Inside here, 2 charging pad. Works really well. I just put my phone there all the time. So, and that it keeps me from, getting in trouble with your phone on your hands and all that stuff.
So 2 wireless chargers. Do we know the wattage?
Do not know what the wattage is, but it seems to be charged pretty well. It does get hot at a certain stage.
Because I know with other EV vehicles, they actually put air vents right there because, the higher...
It gets warm, yeah.
The higher the wireless charging, the hotter the phone will get. And of course, with any battery, heat kills it.
Yeah.
Heat damages the battery. So you have to try and avoid a hot phone or a hot car or things like that. So I know with other models, they actually put air vents in there. I know with the BYDs I got, they don't. But I know with the BYD Shark, they do. So this is a soft touch. It's quite good.
Yeah, it's very nice. And it does, there are times where I picked up the phone and, I feel it's quite warm. But there's other time where I don't feel it at all. So I'm like, I'm not sure what it's actually doing there.
Can you turn this on and off within the console?
I don't think so. I haven't played around with it, but I don't think so. It's just there.
Yeah, I know on some cars you can.
Yeah.
The ones I've got you can't, but I know on some cars you can actually turn them off because sometimes you just want to sit your phone there without it being charged.
Yeah. I mean...
Okay, I see something I really like here. What's this?
This is the indicator stalk. So left and right, you've got the stalk there. It's just and the camera comes on to show you what's there.
Very good,
Let me just pull that over. Oh, and
let's just close it, yeah.
Yeah, and to turn it off, if people, I didn't know how to turn it off. So you just push it back again, the other way. That camera activates.
And of course it'll auto turn off as it...
It will auto turn off, but if you want to turn it off by itself, you just flick the same direction and it comes off.
How do you is there any particular way you would control like with the BYD, you can use a 3-finger. You can go left and right on the console and it does the intensity of the fan, and you go up and down on the temperature. Is there any way you can reduce the fan speed or anything like that without having to click too many items?
So there is a bit of voice command that we can use. So I can say set temperature to 22 degrees and it sets it. The fan is set to automatic, so it will turn it down if it's already there. But there is
many levels of the fan, like 1 to 7.
So I can show you that
8,
now. Now, if you press this, it comes up.
That's nice.
Here, this is where you can airflow direction.
Okay.
To whichever way you want. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Very responsive. I like it.
And it's like this, like the Seal. You don't actually have any controls on the dash or anything like that. I mean, some people prefer that. Some people don't.
I love the cleanness of this car. Again, because I like cleaning my car, and it's so easy to clean. Yeah. Because there's no nooks and crannies that you have to get a brush out and all that stuff, or minimum anyway. And it just makes it a lot easier to clean. But again, let's just come back to this console. It's just very intuitive, very easy to navigate. It's split as well. A lot of stuff I set onto auto.
So essentially dual zones.
Yep. You can set the back one as well, so I can control that as well.
I understand also with the 8-inch rear screen, the passengers themselves can control. We'll look at that soon.
Well, you can actually see it now, so we can actually. So if I'm moving at the front, it's moving at the back as well. So the passengers can do that as well. I think there is a way you can lock that screen as well, so the kids don't play with it. But I haven't actually tested that out yet.
That's fine.
But yeah, so it's really nicely controlled.
Then you go into locks.
I'll go into locks. Or maybe it's in climate control. Anyway, like I said, I haven't really explored everything, but it's got a lot of features, autopilot and all that stuff. Anyway,
that's okay. That can be done at another time.
We can do that another time. There's a child lock as well, so you can lock all the doors at the back, just like your normal thing, but this is digital. But let's go through this. I mean, I love the feature of this, and it's so intuitive. It's so quick. It's so responsive. I mean, I use this every day. I mean, I drive this car to work, so it's not a weekend thing or anything like that. I literally drive this car to work every day, and it is so quick and easy to use.
Globe.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So now you can see a satellite view of where you are and so forth. Yeah, that's very nice, actually.
That's very, very responsive.
Very responsive. That's one of the things. It is very responsive.
I'd be interested to know what chip they actually use in the unit, because if you look at many of the other models, they always mention the Snapdragon. And they'll always mention the latest Snapdragon, and the latest Snapdragon is extremely responsive. So they'll do this, they'll do that, and it responds very, very quickly.
As you can see here, I mean, look at this.
That's pretty good.
I'm literally just, you can see my finger, it's just moving around, and it just
Did you put a protective screen on this?
I did put a protective screen on this because it is one of the areas that you're going to be using quite a bit. And
I see it's kind of a matte finish,
it doesn't
actually stick with fingerprints.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I purposely picked that because, you don't want to have to clean this all the time. There is a feature where you turn the screen off to actually clean it. So that was really good. I didn't see that. But yeah, there is a feature in one of these where you actually turn it off to clean the screen. Anyway, you can go through that in your own time. But yeah, it's really good. What else?
Can we talk about, because I'll just mention one thing. This ambient lighting goes right across the car. Now that is pretty good because it's quite noticeable, and I'm sure at night it'll actually matter more.
And you can turn it to your favorite color.
Does it work with music?
No, but it does work if you want to put it into the disco mode, the when the car does its fancy thing.
It's actually turned.
Yeah, so you can pick can pick whichever color you want, and it's really, really nicely done.
Because I know with the BYDs I have, they beat with the music.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
but there you
go. They pick it up on the bass. So you'll find they got the door handle ones, not like that, but very, very similar. both vehicles I've got.
Or it might be a bit distracting while you're driving there. So anyway.
That was the end of episode 3. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend who would be interested, of course, and leave a comment. Now, episode 4 is coming, so I hope to see you then. Until then, bye for now.